Welcome back to the video series. This is video 6. And in this video we're going to look at how an investment in Educate America can enhance your overall portfolio return. And the first thing we're going to talk about is diversification. As we all know, in the efficient market hypotheses, the way that you can increase your return while reducing the volatility or the movement of your portfolio is to increase the diversification. So I want to have a look at an investment in Educate America and what that means for your overall portfolio. So on the diversification front, let's think about it. You're buying into a portfolio of student loans. You're not just buying into one student loan, you're buying into a portfolio of student loans. How many? Thousands, literally. I think at this point in time we're at about 15 to 20,000 student loans, and it's growing every single day. So you've got a massive diversification just in terms of looking at the investment itself. You've got students that are within the 50 continental United States. They're also global. They work in all over the place. So not only do you have a geographical diversification here, you've also got an industry diversification. We have students working in home theaters. We've got people working in HVAC. We've got nurses, we've got paralegals, we've got people working in IT. We've got a fully diverse group of people, professionals out in the workplace, working throughout the United States, throughout the globe, and then obviously throughout industries. Now the diversification gets better for your portfolio. I would wonder how much of an exposure your portfolio personally has to a student loan. Probably zero. The only place that it might have any kind of a portion of it is in the actual loan that you've gone out and attained for either yourself or for your children, but as an investment it probably doesn't feature. So there's an added diversification option there. Furthermore, this portfolio is not open at all to market fluctuations, so you have no correlation to the overall stock market. Now what does that mean? Well, I'm going to go back to the whiteboard again. So we're going to talk about the efficiency frontier of your overall portfolio. Obviously what you have, and I'm sure a lot of you know this from your good old days back at business school, but you have the efficiency frontier of an overall portfolio. On the y-axis you have your return, and on the x-axis you have the risk of the investment, or the volatility of the investment. And the way you build the portfolio is you slowly start adding investments through diversification, of course, and you hope that as you add investments the risk drops and the return increases. So let's have a look at this. Let's put right now you've got a risk of cash, and we'll put cash down here just for this chart on the board. So here we have cash. And why is cash got such a high risk with such a low return? Well, you could have it under your mattress, or it could be in your wallet. It could get stolen under your mattress and your house could get burnt down. So cash does have some form of a risk. It's also losing to inflation, but for now we'll just have cash. From there, let's say you move to bonds. Bonds, obviously at this point, because it's a diversification away from cash, reduces the risk and starts increasing your return. What would be the next investment? Well, we could say, okay, we'll come up here and we'll put this as, let's say, real estate. Real estate, most people have real estate in the investment portfolio. This real estate now has obviously become way more risky, particularly if you're leveraged. We've all seen what happens when the price of real estate drops. Those of us who are leveraged, you end up underwater. The real estate investment returns you a whopping great loss, versus if you had it free and clear, you'd be able to weather the storm rather than liquidate. So let's move from here. We'll go up the scale. And the reason that everyone likes stocks so much is because hopefully it increases your rate of return. However, it comes at a massive increase on the risk scale. And we've all seen that. 2000 bubble, seen what the market's done. In fact, since 1999 through to 2011, the stock market has essentially returned you nothing, but has created an enormous amount of risk to your overall portfolio. And then finally, if you really want to go out on a limb, you can come out here to hedge funds. or exotic style investments. Exotics would be like coins or silver or platinum, or you want to go and drill a hole in your backyard and dig for oil. Highly, highly risky, but hopefully an increase in your return. Now you really worked incredibly hard to get this risk up of your portfolio, but you hopefully have a commensurate return. Where does Educate America fit on this whole portfolio? I personally, based on the series so far, the video series so far, video series number 3 and 5 in particular, where we talked about statistical probability of loss and diversification, would take the Educate America presently up to a higher rate of return than bonds, in line with real estate, without, and this is a key point, without the risk. There's no risk of fire, there's no risk of a typhoon hitting your real estate, there's no risk of over leveraging, there's none of that. So what has this done by investing in Educate America? What does this do to your portfolio? And I hope you can see the red, but what it does is it takes your portfolio and it raises it up, meaning that the risk drops and the return goes up. Why would you not invest in Educate America is my question. Any investment that can increase your overall return by reducing the risk and increasing your return is an absolute necessity to any portfolio investment. And it is the reason, one of the main reasons in fact, why I believe you should invest in this program.